Yeah, excited to play Wednesday at Louisiana Lafayette. Obviously, a very good football program, and going to be a tremendous challenge for our football team.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Steve Little with the Charlotte Observer. Please go ahead, Steve.
Yes, Coach. First of all, congratulations on the arrival of the new child. I wanted to ask you a little bit about that. I heard during your news conference you talked about being here now. Could you explain that again to me now and make sure I understand that?
Well, it's just be here now is be where your feet at, be in the moment. Don't spend time, when you're at home. Don't be thinking about football. When you're coaching football, don't be thinking about being at home. And so, you got to try to prioritize everything you're doing and try to be focused on the moment.
I married my wife was one of four girls, and her dad always said that he thought it was going to drive him crazy, but it actually helped him stay young. He's 96 years old now and plays golf once a week, so I guess it's maybe you have that going for you down the road.
Yeah, I'll take that. For sure.
I got another question for you too, based off what I heard earlier. Also, if you could explain a little bit better about when you were talking about the gap in the schedule, because you got a strange schedule here, and how you practice fundamentals. And you said you stayed focused on accountability and staying urgent. What do you mean by urgent? What were you describing there?
Well, I think, when you have a gap, everybody's a little bit addicted to tomorrow. Well, we'll get third downs done tomorrow, or we'll worry about focusing on this team tomorrow, and we'll enjoy today. And when you're urgent, when you have urgency, you do what you're supposed to get done that day. And so that was our focus is let's game plan it as a coaching staff and practice it like it's a normal game week. And then with our extra time, we'll repolish the game plan. But we don't want to wait. And I think sometimes, when you lack urgency, it's because you lack accountability. And so we just wanted to be accountable to our teammates, to each other, to our coaching staff, to do the job that we know that we have to do and get it done.
Okay, that's good for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the questions. That was good.
All right, thank you, Steve. And I think we have time for one more. Well, I'll go to Whitney with the Sunbelt Digital Network. Please go ahead, Whitney.
Coach, good morning, and I will repeat what Steve said. Congratulations. I'm sure that's very exciting for you.
Thank you. Yeah, very exciting.
So, obviously, talking football, big game this weekend. As you mentioned, it's going to be a tremendous, need a tremendous effort from you all. What specifically have you seen Louisiana do well offensively this year and also defensively? Obviously you didn't face them last year, but you've seen plenty of film to know defensively they've greatly improved.
Yeah. Well, first off, offensively, Coach Napier's done an outstanding job. You can tell he's taken his influences from Todd Graham, brought from Arizona State, the unbalanced formations, the tempos, the establishing the run out of multiple personnels. I think, obviously, they rush the football really well, but their quarterback's playing at a high level. He throws the ball. They've got tremendous speed on the perimeter, and they're a complete offense. I think that's the biggest thing is there's not one area that you're like, well, they're hiding this. They're really good at all facets of the game, and he's got a real good command for calling it. Defensively, they're very solid in the trenches. I think their D-line is the strength of their team. Obviously, they return some people in the back end that allows them more freedom. And anytime you've been in a system for 2 years, there's some continuity there. There's some familiarity, whether it's game plan or week-to-week calls that we just don't have yet. And so they've got an advantage on us, and we've got to try to pick that up quicker.
And off of that as well, obviously, with such a prolific offense that they have, how does your defense answer that call? And especially knowing that your defense has had a few struggles this year. Yeah.
Well, they got to do their job. It's not going to come down to out-scheming their opponent. It's going to come down to fundamentals, technique, and doing your job exactly like your coach should do it. And that's what we got to do. There's not going to be like some sort of secret scheme that we can pull out. It's going to be get down there, play your technique, win in the trenches, and that's what we got to do.